4 WWE Superstars who must change their characters in 2026. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I am Elena. Have a nice day. For the latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. For a WWE Superstar, character is of the utmost importance. While in-ring abilities are important, it's the gimmick that helps them stand out. The landscape of the company changes rapidly, and stars have to adapt to it before it affects their momentum. The creative team has to update the characters of stars as their arcs progress. If the change comes too late or doesn't come at all, it hurts their storylines and everyone involved in them. Currently, there are several WWE superstars who need to make changes to their gimmicks in 2026. In this listicle, we will look at 4 such stars. Tiffany Stratton is currently away from television after losing the WWE Women's Championship to Jade Cargill at Saturday night's main event in November. The buff Barbie has been a babyface since winning the title in January of last year. While she held the title for 302 days, her reign failed to live up to the hype due to several repeated and uninteresting rivalries. During her NXT run, Stratton had impressed everyone with her heel character. The villainous gimmick fit her perfectly, and she should revert to it upon returning. The USOs returned to the tag team division last month and quickly captured the World Tag Team Championship. The twins are currently babyfaces, but for their reign to be even more effective, they must become tweeners. This would allow them to feud with both babyface and heel teams. Moreover, Jimmy and Jay naturally have an edge that could be showcased with tweener characters. Roman Reigns has been a babyface since SummerSlam 2024, where he made his first appearance after losing the undisputed WWE Universal Championship at WrestleMania 40. Reigns had a career resurgence with his heel turn in 2020. Given his immense popularity and part-time schedule, another heel run might not make sense. However, the OTC needs to become more aggressive and cocky as a babyface to capture the essence of his villainous character. Undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes has been a babyface since returning to the global juggernaut in 2022. The American Nightmare is the face of the company and is on his second reign as undisputed WWE Champion. However, his current character is on the verge of getting stale. Fans have appreciated Rhodes acting more aggressively in his feud with Drew McIntyre, and he must keep it as part of his character going forward. 4. WrestleMania 42 opponents for Roman Reigns following Cody Rhodes' WWE title loss. WWE SmackDown in Berlin saw the undisputed WWE Championship change hands. Drew McIntyre defeated Cody Rhodes in a 3 stages of hell match, which also featured the return of Jacob Fatu to cost Rhodes the title. Before Survivor Series War Games, Roman Reigns had teased going after the WWE Championship and completing his WrestleMania trilogy with Cody Rhodes. However, things have seemingly changed now that the quarterback of WWE has lost his title. With that in mind, here are 4 potential opponents for Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 42. In light of the recent title change, Reigns might choose to go after the WWE title, despite McIntyre dethroning Cody Rhodes for the title. If so, he could go on to challenge McIntyre for the gold at the grandest stage of them all this year. McIntyre and Reigns are no strangers to one another, and there have been rumors of the Scottish Warrior reviving his Bloodline Hunter persona. If that is indeed the plan, then he could defend his title against the Tribal Chief at the Show of Shows, in what would be a highly anticipated rematch after Reigns won at Clash at the Castle 2022. The Samoan Werewolf made his return by entering the main event picture on the blue brand. Fatu initially seemed to have his eyes on Drew McIntyre, but then turned his attention to Cody Rhodes. The American Nightmare could feud with Fatu in the coming months, but their storyline could wrap up quickly. He could then set his eyes on Roman Reigns, challenging him for the Ula Fala. If so, it could be a match for the ages, with the tribal chief defending his spot at the head of the table against one of the most dominant stars on the blue brand. Cody Rhodes, no titles involved. Both of Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes' WrestleMania matches have been for the Undisputed Championship. This time, however, they could make their feud personal even without the title. The last time they shared the ring together at Survivor Series War Games, Roman Reigns made it clear that him and Rhodes would never team up again. Perhaps they could build on that tension and have another match at the grandest stage of them all to finish their trilogy this year. CM Punk and Cody Rhodes were in the ring when Reigns announced his desire to pursue a world title. The best in the world retained his title against Braun Breaker this past week on WWE Raw and could head into WrestleMania 42 still as the World Heavyweight Champion. After main eventing night, one of WrestleMania 41 with Seth Rollins, Punk and Reigns could battle for the world title this year. Perhaps the Tribal Chief could win the Men's Royal Rumble match this year to set up the clash. Alternatively, he could set up a storyline with Punk by attacking him to set up a more personal feud. In either case, a match with CM Punk makes more sense owing to their rich history. 3 reasons. Drew McIntyre won the undisputed WWE Championship the January 9th, 2026 episode of WWE SmackDown in Berlin, just delivered the shot heard round the wrestling world. In a physical, blood-soaked 3 stages of hell match, Drew McIntyre finally did the unthinkable. He dethroned Cody Rhodes to become the new undisputed WWE Champion. While the American Nightmares era was one for the history books, the atmosphere in the Uber Arena made it clear that the time for change had arrived. Now, here are 3 reasons why Drew McIntyre walked out of Germany with the gold. 3. Cody Rhodes' reign as undisputed WWE champion has seemingly reached a natural plateau. Many believe that being the chaser is often more exciting than being the champion. Cody Rhodes has been the face of the company for a long stretch, and while his merch sales are still through the roof, the hero who always wins trope was starting to feel a bit repetitive. By having Drew take the title tonight, WWE effectively hits the reset button. It could keep the main event scene from becoming stagnant and force Cody into a new, more desperate chapter of his career, where he isn't the one holding all the cards. Triple H could be correcting the Clash at the Castle heartbreak. Many fans still haven't forgiven the decision to have Drew McIntyre lose in front of his home continent crowd back at Clash at the Castle in Wales. Tonight in Berlin felt like the ultimate course correction. Drew is a massive draw across Europe, and the roar of the German crowd when he hit that final claymore was proof that he belonged at the top of the mountain. Giving him the win in a European stadium wasn't just a business move. It was perhaps a reward for his loyalty and a thank you for the years he spent carrying the brand during the lean times. To seemingly clear the deck for Cody Rhodes versus Jacob Fatu. The Samoan werewolf has been the most terrifying presence on SmackDown since he arrived, and a title feud with Cody Rhodes might actually have slowed Jacob Fatu down. By taking the Undisputed Championship out of the equation, WWE can now lean into a pure, unadulterated grudge match between Cody and Fatu, who cost the American Nightmare his gold. Without the belt on the line, the story would likely be about survival and the destruction of the Rhodes legacy. It would allow both men to go to war without the constraints of protecting the title, while keeping the championship scene fresh with a new monster at the helm.